What's going on, boys and girls? What's up, world? Austin John Plays here, and today we're going to be talking about the battle tree. Why are we talking about the battle tree? Well, we just passed our third global mission. Well, the first one that we passed, but global mission number 3 of trading Pokemon. The next one is going to require getting some BP, some battle points. And there's two ways to do it. There's the Battle Royale, which I'm going to make a video about that. And the, in my opinion, most effective way is the battle tree. Now, for the battle tree, you need to complete the game, make your way over to Pony Island. At the very end, you're going to encounter the legendary trainers Red and Blue from the first Pokemon games. And then after that, you're going to get the ability to do the battle tree. Now, for the battle tree, there's 3 different formats. There's singles, there's doubles, and there's multi. Multi is pretty much the exact same thing as doubles, except you only control 2 of the Pokemon, and your partner controls the other 2. So, first, I want to talk about the Pokemon that we're going to encounter here. You're going to encounter all sorts of Pokemon. Literally, pretty much all the Pokemon ever, you can encounter them in here. And they all kind of have strategies. Like, you're going to come across one type of Pokemon that seems to do one kind of strategy, and the AI is only going to play off of that one strategy. It's not going to really adapt to what you're doing. Like, I've seen videos of the AI with a Gengar with Hypnosis, and it's doing a Hypnosis Dream Eater type of strategy, and then the player brought out a Pokemon whose ability doesn't make it fall asleep. The Gengar just keeps going at it, just keeps trying to Hypnosis, and it just doesn't work. So there's little kind of tips and tricks that you're going to learn just as playing through the battle tree. I'm going to talk about my team for a little bit, then we're going to do some battles and see what we actually encounter and talk about their strategies. So my team, I have a Salamence, a Gliscopod, and a Toxapex. All of them are level 100. I bred them myself, took about 2 days, and then I also did all of the IVs, the EVs, everything. I based the Salamence off of a strategy that a lot of people have done as far as a Mega Salamence. He has Return, Earthquake, Dragon Dance, and Roost. Now, the point of the Mega Salamence is his ability makes it so that any normal move becomes a flying type move and gains 20% power on top of the stab bonus that it's going to get. So, Return with max affection, which my Salamence does, he's my homie. He loves me a lot, so Return is super powerful. On top of that, it then becomes a flying type move instead of a normal move, so I don't need to worry about ghosts, and gets 20% attack power, and gets 1.5% because he's a flying type stab bonus. So, Return becomes an extremely powerful move. I have Earthquake on here as well, and Earthquake is only for situations in which that flying type move is going to be not very effective against rock types or steel types. I have Dragon Dance on here. Almost every single battle, I start with the Dragon Dance. Unless I see the Pokemon that I'm going to encounter is an immediate threat, then I Dragon Dance and get my time out there. Now, I have Roost on here just as a recovery move. I don't find myself using it a lot, but I don't really need another attacking move. I was thinking about maybe putting Protect on there, but Salamence is designed as a sweeper, and that's what he does very well. Moving on to my next Pokemons, I have Gliscopod. So this Gliscopod, I trained it myself, and it has First Impression, which is a priority move, like Fake Out, however it's much more powerful. The only thing is it doesn't cause the opponent to flinch. I also have Liquidation, which is a pretty damn powerful move. I also have Brick Break. Brick Break is on here because I've encountered some big normal type walls, like anytime I'm going up against a Blissey or anything else like that. I just want Brick Break, knock it out. Also, there's a lot of Pokemon in here that's going to set up Reflect and Light Screen, and because of that, I want something to just get rid of those. I also have Protect on Gliscopod just because Protect's never a bad move to have. Right now I have it holding the Expert Belt. I haven't found the perfect item for him to hold. Having an Expert Belt on there, I feel like it's not a horrible thing. I've tried to Focus Sash, although Gliscopod isn't the type of Pokemon that gets, almost one-hit KO'd. I have Gliscopod on here to counter anytime I'm coming into an Ice-type attack, which Mega Salamence is ripped apart by. Any Pokemon that can learn the TMs for Ice Beam or Blizzard, those are things that I especially look out for. And then, I also have a Toxapex. Now, my Toxapex on here, he's set up as a wall. Max HP, max defense. He has Scald, Toxic, Baneful Bunker, and Recover. If the first turn I see that the opponent that I'm going up against has an Ice type move or is an Ice type, I usually bring out Toxapex. Baneful Bunker is basically the same thing as Protect, except if an opponent makes physical contact, he becomes poisoned. I also have Toxic on here. I have Scald to try to get a burn off if I need it, or just some damage, and then Recover. So this is basically a toxic stall. It's a little bit of a cheap thing to do, however, it really, really works, and surprisingly enough, he has saved my ass more times than I could tell you guys. His ability is Merciless, just because I wasn't able to breed it to get Regenerator. However, I'm not mad at Merciless. Even though Toxapex isn't designed to be at all an offensive type, having the Merciless, so if my opponent is poisoned, I could still get that Scald out, and it does, you know, pretty effective damage. He's also holding Black Sludge, which reacts the same way as Leftovers, but only for poison-type Pokemon. So that's my team. And let's go do some battles, because why not? So, when you first start the battle tree, you're going to have 3 options. Singles, doubles, and multi. For singles, there's 20 battles in a row. Once you hit the 20th, you're going to battle Red your first time. After you defeat him, you can then get access to the super singles battle. Now, I don't think there's a limit. Like, I've seen people online that are up to almost 1,000 battles in the battle tree in super singles. And that's what we're going to be playing today. My record currently stands as 23. Now, you can make your own battle team, or you can do a rental battle team. And after every battle, you can change your Pokemon. You can change the items that they're holding and anything else like that. So you get a lot of options. Before you begin, you have to save your game. And now, if at any point going forward, you turn your game off, you drop your 3DS and it says that the game card was removed or any of that, it will automatically forfeit you. You just won't get anything. It'll say, oh, it seems like you didn't save your adventure. Too fucking bad. Bye. Alright, so we're going to battle this janitor. He has the Tangle Growth. My Salamence also has Intimidate, so the first battle, you get the great attack drop on him. Now, Tangle Growth, I know for a fact, can learn Ancient Power. Even if I'm hit with a powerful Rock-type move like that, it usually isn't too much of a threat, so I'm going to do a Dragon Dance. Also, highly recommend turning off animations. I apologize, it's not that fun to watch, but with animations off, this battle goes so much faster. I used Dragon Dance, my attack and my speed rose. He used Tickle, which lowers my attack and my defense. Alright, so Dragon Dance wasn't a complete waste. I still have the speed boost. And now that I'm Mega Evolved, you'll see that Return now says that it's super effective, because now it's already registering as a flying type move. So we're going to do Return. This is probably going to be a 2-hit. Nope, 1-hit KO. That's how powerful Mega Salamence is. Now he's sent out Wheezing. So Wheezing is a poison type, but it often has the ability Levitate. So I'm just going to go for a Return. And it's going to be a 2-hit KO. He's going to do Stockpile. You're going to find a lot of Stockpile Pokemon. You're going to find Wheezing. I found a Pelipper who did Stockpile, and a Driftbloom. All Stockpile Pokemon. And honestly, by the time it got to, you know, where it wanted to be, I already knocked it out. Now I'm coming across a Skarmory. So any type of Pokemon that's a Flying and Steel or Flying and Rock, that's kind of my weak area, just because I don't have anything that's too effective on them. But at this point, I'm at 3, he's at 1. I can afford to be a little reckless, so I'm going to go for a Return. I did pretty much a 3rd or a 4th. He used Stealth Rocks. That's a little bit scary. But the only Pokemon on my team that's really weak to that is Salamence, and he's already out. Now, he's going for a Whirlwind strategy. So you're going to find a lot of Pokemon who are going to do Stealth Rocks, and then they're going to hit you with Whirlwind or Dragon Tail, things like that. Things to just knock you out, bring another Pokemon in, and get that rock damage. Let's do a Baneful Bunker, see if he still does Whirlwind, just so we see what's going on. And he did Whirlwind again. Oh, and apparently Baneful Bunker doesn't protect me against Whirlwind. Learn something new every day. Alright, Gliscopod is out here. First Impression has priority, and Skarmory is a little fast. So, let's do First Impression. Just get that damage out there. That didn't do anything. Okay. Whirlwind's gonna bring Salamence out now. Now it's gonna do 1/4 of my HP. Yeah, because I'm weak to rock. Now we're gonna hit it with that Return. Just cause, you know, that's my only move I can hit it with. And he's almost dead. You're gonna find a lot of Stally Pokemon like this, and it's like the most pain in the butt thing. Not Stally, but they have their own little niche strategy that only works for what they're trying to do. Now he also used Spikes. Great. I used Scald, knocked it out. Great. Good game. So it's really important to analyze the Pokemon that you're battling, but not so much the Pokemon, but the strategy that they're going after. The more battles you do in succession, the more battle points you're going to get. Now right here you get an option to take a break. If you take a break, it makes you leave the battle tree, automatically saves your game, and then the same way that you initiated the battle tree the first time, that's how you're going to go back in there and initiate a battle. Save record gives you an option if you want to save a video from the battle. And then you have an option here that says Scout. Now if you choose Scout, you can then use that trainer for multi-battles, which is a pretty cool thing. I haven't scouted that many trainers. I'm just waiting for like someone who like really gives me a hard time, and then I'm gonna bring them in as a partner, because, you know, No's gonna send out a Scissor, which is pretty much my one main weakness. Anything that's Steel type. Although he's not flying, he's Bug and Steel, right? No, he's gonna have Steel moves. There's no way Scissor's gonna have an Ice type move, so let's Mega Evolve, do Dragon Dance. Also, that's kind of... my Dragon Dance turn is my turn to see what strategy they're going after. And analyzing the strategies, I can't emphasize it enough, is the most important thing. He's going to do... oh, he's also going to do Swords Dance. Alright, so the Scissor is going to be set up as a sweeper. Now, since Return and Earthquake are going to be the same amount of effective, I'm going to go for Return. He's going to do Bullet Punch. And he has a Life Orb, so he lost some of his HP when he hit me. Also, for anyone who's doing the battle tree, you're going to come across items that you're only going to see in competitive, so the more familiar you are with them, the better. And up next, we have a Vespiquen. Good thing I'm not holding berries. Now, Vespiquen, Bug type, Return. Vespiquen is often a Toxic stall, so it's going to do Toxic and then Protect, and it's going to just kind of bother you like that. Now let's go ahead and get into another battle. Now, the reason I picked my team, Mega Salamence, he's a beast. You're not allowed to bring any mythical or legendary Pokemon in here. You are allowed to bring the Tapus. I chose Salamence just because of all the Mega Stones that you can get, he was my favorite. So we have a Delphox to start off with. And for Delphox, we're going to Dragon Dance up. He's not going to have an Ice type move. He is Fire and Psychic. So, I'm really not that worried about him at all. He's going to do Role Play, which then copies my ability. That's not too scary. So, yeah, great. Return, bye. So, Banette's a great example of my ability that takes my normal type move, makes it into a flying type so I can hit a ghost, no problem. It's going to do Snatch, it's going to wait for me to make a move. Doesn't matter, it died, bye. Also, because I'm part dragon, that makes it so that if I get hit with an electric type move, it's only normal damage, it's neutral damage. It's not super effective or not very. Now, great example, Return is going to be not very effective. Let's go for Earthquake once again. Bye-bye. Alright, so Madam over here, she's going to leave with a Swampert. Now, Swampert could have an Ice-type TM. However, like I mentioned before, the AI really doesn't go for a vast move pool. It goes for a set strategy, and that's it. If anyone's familiar with, like, even the original Pokemon Stadium games, that's kind of how it all was. He's going to do Waterfall. That's going to do literally nothing to me. Great. There should be a one-hit KO with Return. Bye-bye. So Pelipper, I've seen a Drizzle one, and then it goes for some special attacks. But more times than not, it's just going to stockpile and do nothing. Oh, we won't know because it's already dead. Now, I really can't emphasize enough how important it is to take your time and breed a really good sweeper. Because this isn't VGC, you're not going competitive and battling other people who are already anticipating you having this Pokemon. To that of my knowledge, the game isn't changing its trainers and adapting to your battle style. Instead, it just kind of has its preset thing that it's going for. Jolteon, Jolteon might be one of the Pokemon that's going to go for Thunder Wave. And then try to take me out after that. It's not going to use a move that, like, relies on me being paralyzed. It's just going to, you know, take the speed advantage. Oh, Rain Dance. Alright, so this is Rain Dance Thunder Jolteon. Again, return's not very effective. We're going to go for Earthquake. Bye-bye. Also, I really like Salamence because its moves aren't affected by the weather. Like, if you have a water-type move, that's going to be affected by weather, things like that. Ice Beam. Great example. Vaporeon knocked out Salamence, one-hit KO with Ice Beam. It's 4 times weak. It literally just dies to Ice Beam every time. So, let's bring out Glislepod. Just because this Vaporeon has barely any HP left, first impression should be able to knock it out, no problem. First impression, bye-bye. So in that exact sense, he's kind of my my revenge color. Now we're coming across an Umbreon, and even though first impression would be super effective, it can only be used the first move of battle. That's why I have Brick Break on here. More than half. It's going to do payback. Not that effective. So Umbreon's going to be a 2-hit KO, no problem. This is actually the first evolution trainer that I found. So some things to note here while I'm just going through the battles. After a certain amount of consecutive victories, you're going to get some items. After 5 consecutive victories, you get a Moo Moo Milk. After 10, you get a PP Up. After 20, you get a rare candy. After 30, you get a bottle cap. 40 is a PP max. 50 is an ability capsule. 100, you get a Lancet Berry, which sharply raises the critical hit ratio when HP is below a quarter. After 200 consecutive wins, you get a Starif Berry. One of its stats will be sharply increased when it's in a pinch. And yeah, that's the best item that you get. Alright, so Weavile. Weavile... all the Weaviles I've found do, the first turn it does a fake out, the second turn it does, it throws a, King's Rock at you to cause you to flinch, so it does 2 flinching moves in a row, so you can't really get much off. If you're going to switch, it's a good time to switch. If you're going to protect, it's a good time to protect, just to, you know, avoid that little bit of damage, or even swap into a ghost type. Fling, it's gonna fling the Razor Claw. Alright, so maybe this one doesn't have Fake Out. I'm still gonna do my Dragon Dance. Oh, it's gonna do Taunt. Alright, so not like I could even hit it anyways. It's not even like I could Dragon Dance up anyways. And Night Slash, which does nothing. Great. So Weavile's down. In Super Battles, there's special trainers that appear every 10 battles or so, including Annabelle, Blue, Dexio, a lot of the trial captains that you've battled, Red, Wally, Cinna, whole bunch of stuff. Cynthia. Alright, so this Mamoswine, I'm still taunted, so I can't Dragon Dance. Mamoswine is going to be a little hard to knock out that fast. He might hit me with a powerful ice move, but we should just go for it. Blizzard. Yep. Salamence is down. This is a good time to bring out Toxapex. So Toxapex is going to resist the Ice-type moves. First turn, I want to get Toxic on it just because that's how my ability works. Blizzard did, like, nothing. Blizzard did 18 damage. And then my Black Sludge brought me up, so total of 9. Now we're going to do Baneful Bunker just to let the Toxic build up a little bit. Which, I could totally swap that out for Protect. But, we already have it, so might as well go for it. So, let's do a Scald now. It's probably not going to make that much of a difference. Because he was most likely going to die that turn anyways. But with Merciless, my ability, it's a critical hit, so it's guaranteed. Oh, now we're at Battle 30. Battle 30, we should have a special trainer, so let's just go for it. And it's Wally. I trained in Hoenn to take on the world. Please have a look at my results. Alright, this is going to be a little interesting. So Wally was the rival in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And it looks as young as always. I mean, now, you know, he doesn't have that giant head. Magnezone, great. Salamence. So Magnezone is electric and steel. So Earthquake will just literally tear it to bits. And something that always throws me off, I look at Magnezone and I'm like, does it have Levitate? I feel like it should have Levitate. And it never has Levitate. He can't learn Levitate, right? He's gonna hit me with a Thunder Wave. Great. His ability will never be Levitate. Now I'm paralyzed, but even though I'm paralyzed after a Dragon Dance, I've still been faster than other Pokemon. This might be one of those cases. Yep, even though I'm paralyzed, still faster Magnezone. He has Sturdy though, so he's gonna live with 1 HP. He's gonna do Magnet Rise. So now he's levitating. Turn too late, buddy. Hit it with a return. It only needed to do 1 HP, and it did just that. Great. Gallade. Now I would think that his Gallade would be his Mega, although there isn't the Gallade Mega Stone. Gallade. Stone Edge, it missed. Hit it with a return. 1-hit KO. Bye. So got a little lucky there, although I wasn't afraid of that. I am gonna fight Mega Altaria right here, though. I know that. Yep. It's so fluffy. So fluffy. And he's gonna do Dragon Dance. But my return is gonna knock it out. Done. Bye. So Wally is down. Bye, Wally. I am going to save him, though. Oh, you need 10 BP to scout him. So that's fine. So that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is my team that I'm using for my battle tree. Our next global mission is going to be to get a whole bunch of battle points. So be sure to leave a comment down below with your team. A couple things just to round this all up. One, do not have all sweepers. Because if you have all sweepers, you're going to come across a wall or one trainer who has 3 stall or wall type Pokemon, and there's going to be nothing you could do about it. So strategy is super important. Make sure to cover your weaknesses. Salamence is quadruple weak to ice, and then my other 2 pretty much support that. He's also weak to fairy, which Toxapex being a poison type. Maybe I should give it a poison move, but that's an option for me to make going forward. Priority moves are always a fantastic thing. Status moves are great on your more stally or slower Pokemon. Remember that Confusion in this game only has 1/3 of a chance to hit itself with Confusion instead of half in the previous games. Paralyze only cuts a Pokemon's speed, it doesn't make it always go second. Burn only does, I think, 1/16 damage now, which that's the same thing that it recovers with Leftovers or Black Sludge, so that's not as effective as it used to be, although it will cut his attack power. There's nothing wrong with the Pokemon that knows how to reset all the stats. So if someone's set up on you, or especially if they're doing like a double team strategy, which is so annoying to go up against, I'm going to recommend not to do any focus sashes or focus items, just because being locked into one move, if it's your last Pokemon, you can die that way. You can lose, you can start struggling yourself to death. To everyone watching this video, I hope this was helpful. This isn't like a set, absolutely you have to do it this way. You can experiment, move the team around. I'm actually thinking about just taking out Gliscopod altogether. Maybe throwing in one of the Tapus. Anyways, leave a comment down below with who you are doing the battle tree with, how far you've gotten, and be sure to check out the comments down below so we can get some conversation going as far as who you're using, what you're battling with. I read all the comments, I may not have time to reply to all of them, but if this video was helpful, be sure to leave it a thumbs up, share it with a friend. If this is your first time watching my channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.